The ceasefire expires tomorrow, and although I gave a three-part view of what might happen, there is a fourth view that is also likely where nothing happens. Perhaps even the ceasefire is extended. If this scenario unfolds, then it is problematic because the pressure that has been building underneath this conflict will compound. It is clear that the US and Iran are no longer moving toward an outcome. They are circling one through calibrated hostility and strategic delay. It is more like a managed paralysis, a condition in which both sides continue to deter each other without ever quite committing to a path that breaks the deadlock. The result is pauses and ceasefires that keep extending in spirit, even as they expire in letter, and a war that feels perpetually imminent yet never fully arrives. The reason is that there are no good options left. Both the war and a deal are not attractive at this point. For Washington, escalation carries great risk. I have mentioned repeatedly that this war has reached a threshold where Washington understands that escalating it means a war that stops being vertical, it becomes horizontal. And getting a substandard deal is equally unattractive because it undermines the leverage the US has been building for 47 years. So, as I speak, the only option available to Mr. Trump is to maintain the blockade, apply selective force that keeps the pressure constant but controlled, and use time as a weapon. For Tehran, the objective is narrower and in many ways more achievable because its aim is for the regime to survive. To achieve this, it makes the cost of coercion intolerably high. Basically, this is the equilibrium both sides have settled into, where every path forward is blocked by consequences neither is willing to accept. And so the signals begin to contradict each other. One day there are claims that a deal is within reach, the next, threats of overwhelming force. Each message cancels the last, creating an atmosphere that feels chaotic from the outside. But while it looks chaotic, I would say it is choreography. When Mr. Trump speaks in a way that seems contradictory, he speaks to three audiences: the markets to avoid a meltdown, Iran to keep pressure, and the MAGA base who would rather die than accept that the US is in a quagmire it cannot exit cleanly. The contradictions are the strategy because Mr. Trump doesn't have any other good option. The danger, and I mentioned this in passing in a previous video, is that this slow burn may feel like control until it's not. One miscalculation is all it takes to flip a deceptively stable situation into open chaos. Let me say this without fear of contradiction. This triadic conflict is an accident waiting for the right conditions. I'm seeing a lot of illusionists who assume this pressure can continue indefinitely. History suggests that the space between pressure and a lack of clear exit is where the danger lies. Again, all it takes is one miscalculation.